Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. There is a reason your heart is racing right now, and it's not because of fear or worry, it's because something deep inside you recognizes the weight of what's happening. You're not here by accident. This is a divine appointment. Heaven is leaning in. God Himself is calling out to your spirit. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because what he said carries more than words, it carries prophetic alignment, spiritual confirmation, and heaven's spotlight shining directly on your name. And not because Elon is your source. No. But because God is using the voice of the world to wake something up inside you that heaven already wrote about you long before you were born. Comment Amen to affirm what your spirit already knows. This is the moment to listen like you never have before. The urgency in the air is holy. You are being drawn into something much bigger than what your eyes can see. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said, because it was not just Elon speaking, it was God stirring the nations, setting the stage for a release of destiny, for a transfer of attention, for a shift in the spirit where your name is being placed in rooms your feet haven't even entered yet. What was said may have sounded natural, but what's happening around it is spiritual. It's divine. It's orchestrated by God. Please like this video if something inside you feels like this message was written for you alone. Elon's words were not a coincidence. When the influential speak, the world listens. But when the influential unknowingly echo heaven's timeline for your life, the spiritual world begins to shake. God will often speak through the unexpected, through people who may not even know they're being used to highlight your season. This is how God works. He uses the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. He takes those on global stages and makes them mouthpieces to signal something new over your life. This is not just a broadcast. It's a confirmation. The thing about divine confirmation is that it often comes wrapped in surprise. You don't expect it. You weren't watching TV waiting for your name. But heaven had it planned. The timing. The tone. The moment. All of it has been perfectly placed to awaken you. God is using this moment as a loud trumpet over your life, reminding you that your calling hasn't been cancelled, your future hasn't been forgotten, and your voice hasn't been muted. You are not invisible. You are not left out. You are not forgotten by heaven. In fact, you have been hidden for such a time as this. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because what was said is not just about recognition. It's about release. It's about God opening doors that no man can shut. It's about heaven positioning you to be seen, not for fame or ego, but because God has a plan that includes your obedience, your story, your wounds, and your voice. The world needs what's inside of you. This isn't about celebrity. This is about calling. This is about the purpose that has been quietly maturing in the secret place now being released into the open. Comment 1111 if you believe this is a divine moment. When someone like Elon Musk speaks and it intersects with your life, it can feel overwhelming. But God is not the author of confusion. He is the author of purpose. He's allowing your name to be spoken because heaven has already written it. You've walked through years of silence, of being overlooked, of feeling like maybe it wasn't going to happen for you. You've questioned your own worth, even cried in quiet moments when no one saw you. But God saw every tear, and not a single moment of pain has gone wasted. He was storing your story for the right season. This is that season. You might not feel ready. You might not feel qualified. But God never calls the qualified, He qualifies the called. What was spoken about you, even if indirectly, has already been declared in the throne room of heaven. Heaven is confirming your assignment. You are not an accident. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for what God is about to unfold. Every delay was divine protection. Every rejection was redirection. Every no was a setup for God's better yes. God is shifting the attention of the world toward the ones who have been faithful in private. You've prayed when no one clapped for you. You've served when no one noticed. You've believed even when everything around you said you should give up. That faith has not gone unnoticed by God. He's been preparing a table for you in the presence of every battle that tried to take you out. He's been setting the stage for you while you were in the shadows. Now, He's bringing your name into the light, because you didn't need a spotlight to remain faithful. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because behind his words is a spiritual echo that is shaking the heavens on your behalf. You're walking into a season where rooms will open, not because of your name, but because of the name of the one who sent you. God is going ahead of you. He is moving pieces you can't even see yet. While the world hears a soundbite, heaven sees a shift. And you are at the center of that divine shift. You have been chosen for something greater than comfort. You've been anointed for something deeper than applause. God is not looking for the famous. He is looking for the faithful. And you, beloved, have remained faithful in ways others don't even know about. Your loyalty, your purity, your heart, your surrender, they've become incense before the throne of God. And now the winds of heaven are beginning to blow in your direction. What was hidden is being revealed. What was small is being expanded. What felt stuck is being released. Comment 222 if you trust this word is for you. You don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to beg for it. What is coming has already been written. And when heaven writes your name, no man can erase it. The world may act surprised, but God is not surprised. He's the one who planted the seed in your spirit in the first place. He's the one who gave you the dream. He's the one who breathed life into your bones when you felt like giving up. And now, He's the one lifting your name on the wings of His purpose. Let your heart rest in the truth that God is with you. Let your soul breathe in the promise that His plans for you are still good. You're not forgotten. You're not lost in the crowd. You are seen. You are known. And right now, you are being confirmed. Heaven is shouting over you even when earth is whispering. God is orchestrating something eternal in your life, and this moment, this public word, this unexpected mention, is simply the beginning of what has already been decreed. Stay close. Stay surrendered. Stay grounded in His word. You don't need to figure it all out. You only need to say yes to the next step. Because when God opens the door, He provides everything you need to walk through it. The battle is not yours. The pressure is not yours. The stage is not yours. All of it belongs to the Lord. And He's using this moment to show you that nothing can stop what He has spoken. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because what you heard or saw is confirmation that the season has shifted. What once felt delayed is now being delivered. What was kept in waiting is now being summoned forward by the voice of the Lord, not only in the secret place, but now in public, in front of watchers, doubters, and even strangers who never thought your name would matter. But your name has always mattered to God. When He formed you, He already knew this moment would come. He already saw the hour when your name would no longer be whispered only in prayer rooms, but would begin to echo in unexpected places. You've walked through years where you wondered if God had forgotten. You stood in rooms where others were picked before you, and still, you stayed faithful. And now, God is showing you that He saw every seed you planted in tears, and He is bringing you into a harvest you did not even realize was already growing. Comment 333 to declare your faith in what God is revealing to you right now. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said, because it is not about being seen by people, it is about being confirmed by heaven. It's about the weight of what you carry being recognized in the Spirit before it is ever embraced by the world. You've been entrusted with something precious, your purpose, your calling, your anointing. And for a long time, it felt like no one noticed, like the world was moving forward while you stayed behind. But God was preserving you. He was shielding you. He was protecting what was sacred so that when your name was finally brought forward, it would not be corrupted by fame or broken by pressure. You are not just entering a season of recognition. You are walking into a moment of release. God is releasing favor over your life. He is releasing clarity into your spirit. He is releasing provision where there was once lack. He is releasing answers to prayers you thought had been denied. He is releasing people into your life who are assigned to help carry what He's put in you. The weight of your assignment has felt lonely at times, but that was never punishment. It was preparation. You were not called to blend in. You were set apart. And now the time has come where even those who never knew you will begin to feel a shift around your presence, because God's glory is resting on you. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to fight for attention. You don't have to strive to be accepted. What heaven has spoken over you will be fulfilled regardless of who supports it. God's word never returns void. What He starts, He finishes. And you, beloved, are not being overlooked, you are being unveiled. You are stepping into divine fulfillment. Every detour, every delay, every closed door, every unanswered prayer. It has all led you to this holy unfolding of what God has planned for you. When God allows your name to come into conversations of the powerful, it is not to boost your ego, it is to fulfill His purpose. You are part of a much greater story, a spiritual story that heaven has been writing since the foundation of the earth. And now, a page is turning, and your role is being revealed. Comment 555 if you're receiving this in your spirit right now. Don't be discouraged by the people who still don't see it. Don't let doubt take root in your heart because others question your worth. They are not your confirmation. God is. And He is making it clear now. The moment your name was spoken by someone who holds the attention of the world, it marked a shift in your spiritual visibility. God is lifting the covering from your life and letting the light of His glory shine through you. You've been praying for movement, and now it's happening. Not always in the way you expect, but in the way God knows will work all things together for your good. You are being called out of hiding. The years of obscurity are not wasted, they were holy years of shaping and purifying. And now, you carry something so precious that God Himself is guarding the unveiling with divine precision. What Elon Musk said about you may not have mentioned your name directly, but spiritually, it was about you. The impact. The confirmation. The alignment. All of it is tied to your journey. When God highlights your presence through unexpected voices, it's because He wants you to pay attention to what He's doing in the unseen realm. Your name is rising in heavenly places. Angels have been assigned to your next step. Favor is going before you like a river, carving a path through places where others got stuck. Doors are about to open, not by your strength, but by God's hand. Comment 1212 if you know heaven is speaking directly to your heart. The pain you went through wasn't for nothing. The betrayal, the silence, the loss, it was all part of your preparation. God does not allow anything to touch your life that He doesn't plan to redeem for His glory. And now, He is redeeming time, relationships, confidence, and opportunities. The version of you that felt unqualified is being transformed by the fire of God into someone who walks in authority, not because of status, but because of surrender. Heaven's favor is never random. It is targeted. It is intentional. It comes to those who are ready to carry it with humility and obedience. And you, beloved, are ready. You've been tested. You've been refined. You've been humbled. And now, you are being trusted. God can trust you with this next season because He watched how you handled the silence. He saw how you worshipped when there was no stage. He heard your whispered prayers when no one was listening. You didn't give up. Even when you wanted to. You didn't walk away. Even when the pressure was unbearable. You kept trusting. You kept praying. You kept holding on. And now, God is saying, it's time. It's time for you to rise. It's time for your story to speak. It's time for your life to shine. Not for attention, but for His glory. For the people who are assigned to your voice. For the healing that will come through your story. For the freedom others will find because you chose not to quit. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because what heaven is about to do will exceed anything you imagined. This is the moment you've been praying for. Not just to be seen, but to be used. To be a vessel. To be a light. To be a testimony that God is still in control, still raising people from the ashes, still restoring what the enemy tried to steal. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because God will often place your name in the mouths of those who carry influence, not to inflate your identity, but to confirm what has already been decreed in the heavens. You are walking into something that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard, something so far beyond your own expectation that only God can bring it to pass. You have no idea how many battles had to be fought in the spirit to bring you to this exact moment. The pain you've walked through was not punishment, it was preparation. The closed doors were not rejection, they were divine redirection. What looked like a delay was heaven's design to keep you hidden just long enough for your roots to grow deep so that when the spotlight came, you wouldn't be shaken. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because while the world may see it as a soundbite, the heavens see it as a signal that the time for your emergence is now. Comment 777 if you believe your season of rising has come. There are times when God sends gentle whispers, and there are times when He sends undeniable signs that shake the atmosphere. This is one of those times. You have been asking for clarity. You have been seeking confirmation. And now, God is using someone who influences nations to draw your attention to what heaven has already been preparing. You don't need to understand how it happened. You just need to recognize that it did not happen without purpose. When God decides to place your name in motion, there is no system, no person, no resistance that can stop it from being fulfilled. It was never about who knew you. It was always about who sent you. And now, the one who formed you in secret is bringing you into the open. Not so that you can be seen for the sake of being seen, but so that the glory of God can be revealed through your life in a way that silences every lie of the enemy. Your life has been marked by the fingerprints of God, and though others have overlooked you, He has never taken His eyes off you. This is not a coincidence. It is a divine declaration. It is a prophetic moment where what was spoken over you in secret is now aligning with what is being spoken about you in public. There are angels assigned to walk with you in this next chapter. There are doors opening that no man will be able to shut. There are assignments being released into your hands that generations before you prayed for. You are walking into something sacred. God has not called you to survive, He has called you to build, to lead, to impact, to release His glory in ways the world has not yet seen. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because something deep is breaking open in the spiritual realm, and you are in the center of it. Comment 999 if you are receiving this confirmation from heaven. You've wrestled with feelings of being unseen. You've tried to convince yourself that maybe you were called to stay small. But God never made you to stay buried under the weight of fear or shame. He placed power within you. He placed purpose in your hands. And He has waited patiently as you walked through the refining. Now He is breathing His Spirit upon what He has hidden in you for years. What you thought was dormant is awakening. What you believed was over is just beginning. You are not walking into a new season alone. The presence of God is with you, the power of His Spirit is surrounding you, and the promise of His word is going before you. He has already made the crooked places straight. He has already removed the obstacles. He has already orchestrated divine connections. And now, He is sending public signs to affirm what He has whispered in your quietest moments. Elon Musk's words may have shocked your mind, but they didn't surprise your spirit. Your spirit has been expecting something. Your spirit has been pregnant with purpose. And now, you are beginning to see the first signs of delivery. You don't have to push the door open. You don't have to perform. You don't have to strive to make it happen. All you have to do is stay surrendered. Stay connected to the voice of the Father. Stay rooted in His truth. Because the moment you start relying on your own strength, you will feel overwhelmed. But when you rest in His presence and walk with His timing, you will find that everything begins to unfold with supernatural ease. Comment 1010 if you know God is speaking to you through this. This is not about fame. This is not about recognition. This is about fulfillment. This is about the promises that God made to you when no one else believed in you. This is about the dreams you carried when no one else saw the vision. This is about the words spoken over your life by prophets who didn't even know your name but felt the weight of your calling in their spirit. This is about heaven remembering you. About the King of Kings reminding the earth that you are His. There is divine favor resting upon you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are His. Not because you've done everything right, but because you've stayed in the fight. You kept showing up. You kept praying. You kept trusting. And even when it hurt, even when it didn't make sense, even when the weight of it almost crushed you, you didn't walk away. God saw that. And now, He is honoring your faithfulness. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because God is using the noise of the world to confirm the whisper of heaven. Your spirit knows it. You can feel it. The shift is real. The atmosphere around your life is changing. The delays are breaking. The heaviness is lifting. The roadblocks are being removed. And in their place, God is building bridges that will carry you into every promise He has spoken over your life. There is healing coming. There is provision coming. There are divine alignments and holy assignments coming. You will not miss this moment. You will not be left behind. You will not be disqualified. You have been chosen by God. And when God chooses you, no man can unchoose you. Heaven has approved what earth cannot understand. And now, your name is being spoken. Not just on TV, but in boardrooms, in prayer rooms, in strategy rooms, in places where decisions are being made, in places where opportunities are created. You are on the mind of God and on the radar of destiny. This is your time. Not because you chased it, but because you waited for it. And God never forgets the ones who wait on Him. He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. And you, beloved, are about to see the reward. The reward of obedience. The reward of staying faithful when no one else was watching. The reward of enduring the storm and still choosing to worship. When the world speaks, it echoes for a moment, but when God speaks, it echoes through eternity. And when He chooses to let your name rise in the public space, especially through voices that shape culture and steer attention, He is showing you that your time has come, not by man's appointment but by His divine authority. You were never meant to stay hidden forever. You've been growing in places where no one applauded. You've been stretched in the shadows. God has been building a foundation so deep, so strong, that when this moment arrived, you would not collapse under the weight of your assignment. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. It was not a random name drop. It was not just a coincidence. It was heaven aligning its signals with your story. God is confirming that you are seen, you are chosen, and you are part of a plan that stretches far beyond what your natural eyes can understand right now. Comment 1515 if your heart knows this is speaking to your life. This season is not about what you can create on your own. It's about what God is building with your surrender. Your obedience has not been wasted. The nights you stayed up crying, the days you kept going when you felt like quitting, the prayers you whispered through brokenness, none of it has been in vain. Heaven has stored every tear. And now, in the most unexpected way, God is answering with a voice that the whole world is watching. That is the God we serve. A God who doesn't just whisper to you, but who shouts to the nations when it's your time to rise. You didn't chase this moment. You were faithful with the little. And now, the one who saw you in private is honoring you in public. But this is not about status. This is about souls. This is about impact. This is about light piercing through darkness. This is about your story unlocking someone else's healing. This is about your obedience opening doors for generations after you. What Elon Musk said was a spark, but the fire it lit in your spirit was ignited by God. And now, there's no turning back. You have been called. You have been affirmed. You have been released. You don't need to fight to keep this moment alive. The same God who opened this door will sustain what He started. This is not a one-time chance. This is a divine unfolding. It's a continuous revealing of everything God has buried inside you. You are not here to prove your worth. Your worth has already been established by the cross. You are not here to fight for space. Heaven has already carved out your place. And now, even the world is beginning to catch up with what God has already written about you. Comment 1717 if you receive what God is speaking into your future. Let your spirit be still. Let your mind find peace. This moment is bigger than a headline. It is a spiritual shift. The things that held you back before no longer have the power to stop you. Chains are breaking. Fear is losing its grip. Doubt is being silenced. You've carried so much weight, so much pressure, trying to figure out when it would all come together. And now, God is saying, look again. Look at what I am doing. Look at how I am speaking. Look at how I'm making your name known in places your feet haven't even stepped into yet. He is preparing divine appointments. He is opening doors through people you never met. He is planting your name in rooms where decisions are being made. Not because you pushed your way in, but because God spoke your name and heaven obeyed. This is the season of divine movement. Not manufactured by men, but manifested by God. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to defend why you're rising. You only have to stay close to the one who called you. God's presence is with you. His favor is covering you. His angels are going before you. The enemy thought you would be silent forever. But God is breaking every silence with a shout from heaven. What was overlooked is now being spotlighted. What was mocked is now being honored. And it's all happening because you refuse to stop believing. You refuse to give up. You held on to hope when everything in you wanted to let go. That kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of surrender calls heaven to attention. And now, that kind of obedience is calling you forward. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because what's happening in the spirit is far more powerful than what's seen in the natural. God is realigning everything around you. Relationships are shifting. Opportunities are finding you. Resources are being released. There is nothing that can stop what God is putting into motion. Every delay had purpose. Every no had protection. Every loss had a lesson. And now, all of it is being woven together into a story that only God could write. You don't need to rush. You don't need to panic. You don't need to try to control the process. You just need to stay planted in truth. Keep your heart pure. Keep your motives surrendered. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. Because He is the one leading you through this open door. He is the one expanding your territory. He is the one making your name great, not for your glory, but for His. You are not here to be famous. You are here to be faithful. And in your faithfulness, God is giving you a platform to release light into dark places. You are not rising alone. Heaven is surrounding you. God's Spirit is inside you. His peace will guide you. His wisdom will guard you. Every step from this point forward is ordered. The places that once rejected you will have no choice but to recognize what God is doing in your life. Not because you said it, but because heaven confirmed it. Through the most unexpected vessel, God has set your season in motion. Stay in prayer. Stay in purpose. Stay in posture. This is not the end of something. This is the birthing of everything. The dreams you thought were too big are finally catching up to the God who gave them to you. And now, your time is here. Not to perform, but to walk in purpose. Not to impress, but to impact. Not to be seen, but to shine His glory. You may not have understood it fully at first. You may have even second-guessed whether it was really about you. But God makes no mistakes. He knows exactly how to reach you. And right now, through the voice of a man the world listens to, He is turning your attention toward a divine moment that has been coming for a long time. This isn't about Elon. This is about you. It's about God's timing meeting your obedience. It's about the fulfillment of quiet prayers you've whispered for years. The kind of prayers that no one else heard. The ones you prayed with tears in your eyes, asking God if your life would ever turn around, if your season would ever shift, if your name would ever be called. And now, without warning, in the most unexpected way, your name has been brought into the light, not because of influence, but because of providence. Heaven is showing you that your wait has not been in vain. Comment Amen if you know this moment is sacred and meant for you. Every time you thought nothing was changing, God was working behind the scenes. Every door that closed, every time you were overlooked, every moment you felt invisible, it all served a purpose. Because while people forgot you, God was preparing something for you that could not be rushed. He was making room for the fullness of your calling. And now, the heavens are shifting, and your name is being spoken where it matters most. It is not hype. It is not luck. It is harvest time. This is not just a recognition of who you are, it is a calling into who you are becoming. Elon Musk's words were not just heard by the world, they were used by heaven to trigger something spiritual in your life. Something that had been waiting for the right moment to be released. Something that had been held back, not because of denial, but because of divine timing. And that time is now. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right where God needs you to be. And while you may have felt buried, forgotten, or left out, the truth is, you were planted. And now the roots have taken hold. Now the soil has done its work. Now the water of the Word and the light of God's presence have nourished you enough to grow. And as you begin to rise, as your name begins to appear in conversations and places you never imagined, let your heart remain humble. Let your spirit remain surrendered. This is not about spotlight, it's about stewardship. God is trusting you with visibility because He trusts your heart. He knows you will not steal the glory. He knows you will not make it about yourself. He knows that everything He pours into your life will pour right back out into others. That's why He's raising you up now. That's why this moment matters. That's why you cannot ignore what was said, what was released, what was revealed. Comment 222 if you trust that God's timing is perfect. You are going to see unusual favor in the coming days. You are going to hear things that sound like they don't belong to you, opportunities, invitations, open doors, but they do belong to you, because God has prepared them for you. And while the world may be surprised, heaven is not. God saw this coming. He planned it. He shaped it. He even used your pain to form it. And now, the pieces are coming together. This moment is not about ego. It is about impact. It is about God using someone with a global voice to activate something deep inside of you. Something you thought had been forgotten. A vision you had buried. A promise you almost gave up on. But God does not forget. What He plants, He waters. What He promises, He fulfills. And when He decides to release it, nothing can stand in the way. You might be wondering how to carry this. You might be afraid of what comes next. But don't let fear speak louder than faith. God is not putting you on display to break you. He is elevating you because He has fortified you. The trials didn't destroy you. They prepared you. The waiting didn't wither you. It deepened you. The silence didn't punish you. It protected you. And now, with heaven's full backing, you are being called forward, not for applause, but for purpose. Your name is known in heaven. Your name is respected in the Spirit. And now, your name is being brought into places that are ready to hear what God has placed inside you. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Show up with faith. Show up with truth. Show up with the fullness of what God has given you, even if it still feels small. Because God loves to multiply what we offer with open hands. Comment 12:12 if you are ready to walk into the fulfillment of your calling. You will begin to see evidence that the spiritual realm has shifted. People who never noticed you before will suddenly see what God put in you. Conversations will shift. Rooms will open. Provision will meet you. Peace will settle over your mind. Clarity will come like a river. And it's not because you chased it, it's because God said it's time. Heaven has turned in your direction. The wind is blowing behind your back now, and it is not going to stop until the purpose is fulfilled. Be ready for strange blessings. Be ready for unexpected answers. Be ready for confirmations that come in ways that make you weep. Because God is not only faithful, He is extravagant in how He fulfills His promises. You held on when everything told you to let go. You kept praying when it felt like no one heard. You kept believing when your heart was tired. And now, your faith is being rewarded. This is not the end of a long journey. It is the beginning of a new one. One where God leads every step. One where His favor surrounds you. One where you don't have to knock on doors, they open when you arrive. One where your life becomes a vessel of light, healing, and hope for those around you. So don't shrink back. Don't second guess it. Don't apologize for where God is taking you. This is your moment. This is your time. Not because of a man's platform, but because of God's promise. What Elon Musk said may have shocked you, but it didn't surprise heaven. It was already written. It was already sealed. And now, it is being fulfilled. You may have gone most of your life unnoticed, overlooked, or underestimated, but heaven has always had its eye on you. This is not a time to doubt. This is not a time to shrink. This is the moment to stand still in the presence of the Lord and recognize that everything He promised is beginning to move, beginning to rise, beginning to break through. There is a shift taking place right now in the spiritual realm, and your name is being whispered across places you've never been, across tables you never imagined sitting at. What Elon Musk said is not the source of your purpose, it is the signpost. It is the confirmation that heaven is placing you on assignment. God is not speaking to your ego, He is awakening your purpose. He is saying to you, with love and clarity, I have seen every season, I have counted every tear, and I have not forgotten your name. Comment 11:11 if your spirit knows this is divine alignment. Your life has been building toward this. Every valley, every setback, every battle. Nothing has been wasted. The years of feeling invisible were not meant to crush you, they were meant to refine your character and purify your calling. God was not trying to hide you out of cruelty. He was preserving what was sacred. He was preparing what was holy. He was keeping you safe until the foundation inside of you was strong enough to carry what He's about to release. Now, with the voice of influence echoing your name, even if indirectly, the world is beginning to feel what heaven has always known. There is something in you that can't be ignored. It is not charisma. It is not charm. It is the presence of God that rests on you. And that presence draws favor. It draws opportunity. It draws divine connections. Not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. You've endured private battles that no one saw. You stayed faithful when it felt like everything was falling apart. You kept praising God even when your heart was broken. You kept believing even when the evidence told you to walk away. That kind of faith moves heaven. That kind of faith stirs miracles. And now, God is honoring it. Not with empty promises, but with visible confirmation. What you saw, what you heard, what was said, don't brush it off. Don't downplay it. Because God is speaking, and this is your moment to respond with faith, with surrender, and with obedience. God is elevating voices that carry purity and authenticity. You don't need a perfect past. You don't need a flawless record. All you need is a willing heart. That's why you're rising now. Because through all of it, you stayed willing. Willing to be used. Willing to be stretched. Willing to follow when it hurt. And now, the same God who walked with you through the fire is about to place you in spaces where His light will shine through you like never before. Comment 333 if you declare your faith in God's perfect plan. You are about to walk into divine conversations, divine appointments, and divine strategies that have already been set in motion. Don't be surprised when you begin to hear your name in places that once rejected you. Don't be shocked when the very doors that were once closed now swing wide open. That's what happens when God gets involved. He turns the impossible into the inevitable. He flips the script. He reverses the outcome. He restores what was stolen. And He uses the most unexpected voices, like Elon's, to point toward the people He's about to lift. Let your heart be still in this moment. Let your spirit breathe in the peace of knowing that God is not just promising things, He is performing them. He is putting weight behind every word spoken over your life. He is turning prophetic words into lived reality. This isn't a dream. This is real. You're not imagining it. The shift you're feeling is spiritual. The breakthrough you sense is already on its way. And everything is moving exactly according to God's timeline. You have a role to play. Stay anchored in truth. Stay rooted in the Word. Do not be distracted by noise. The attention may feel overwhelming at times, but you were built for this. Not for applause, but for assignment. Not for fame, but for purpose. And if you keep your heart low before God, He will continue to lift you higher, not to glorify you, but to reveal Himself through you. God is not just preparing a place for you. He is preparing you for that place. So when you arrive, you don't arrive in fear or insecurity. You arrive in boldness, in peace, in clarity. The spotlight does not change who you are, it only reveals who you've always been in God. Chosen. Called. Anointed. Marked. Comment 555 if you are stepping fully into what God has spoken over your life. There will be people who don't understand this season. There will be those who question your rise. But you are not called to explain. You are called to walk forward. You are not here to prove anything. You are here to reflect the one who proved his love for you on the cross. Your confidence comes from knowing that God does not call those who look the part, He calls those who live surrendered. And you, beloved, have been living surrendered. This season will require your full trust. You may not understand every detail, but you are not walking alone. God goes before you. He walks beside you. He guards you from behind. He is surrounding every step with His peace and power. When confusion comes, His Spirit will bring clarity. When fear rises, His presence will silence it. When pressure builds, His strength will carry you through. The same God who orchestrated this moment will finish what He started. The same God who let your name be spoken will fulfill every promise connected to your purpose. You don't need to rush. You don't need to compete. You are not late. You are not missing anything. You are right on time for God's perfect plan. So lift your head. Strengthen your heart. Keep walking with boldness. Because heaven is behind you. The wind of the Spirit is pushing you forward. The timing is divine. And the confirmation is undeniable. Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Because when the world begins to echo what heaven has already declared, the time for hiding is over. This is not a passing moment meant to impress or entertain. This is a divine signal, a sacred alert that God is moving in ways you never expected, using voices you never imagined, and aligning moments you couldn't plan even if you tried. What was said is not the end, it's the beginning of a holy acceleration that will touch every corner of your life if you stay surrendered, soft, and steady in God's presence. You have walked through years of preparation for this. Seasons where nothing made sense. Moments where it felt like everyone was moving forward and you were still stuck. Nights when the only thing keeping you together was the quiet strength of God's hand holding your soul. But you kept believing. You kept walking. And heaven took note of it. This mention, this signal, this broadcast, it's not random. It's prophetic. And it's heaven's way of saying, now is the time. Come forward. Comment Amen if you can feel in your spirit that your time has come. This is a holy invitation to rise. Not in pride. Not in striving. But in bold, peaceful trust that what God began, He is now bringing into fullness. You are not the same person you were 5 years ago, or even 5 months ago. You have been shaped by the fire, refined by pressure, and steadied by grace. You have been tested in silence and matured in waiting. And now, when the moment arrives, you do not tremble in fear. You stand in faith. Because you know this is not your doing. This is the doing of the Lord, and it is marvelous in your eyes. There is something sacred about God using someone the whole world watches to release a word, a sentence, a name, that touches your story. God has a way of weaving purpose into public places. He doesn't need permission from culture to confirm your calling. He doesn't wait for men to agree before He moves in power. He chooses whom He chooses, and when He does, no voice on earth can silence what heaven has released. You were born for this time. And no matter how overlooked you felt, your name is now in motion. Comment 1010 if you believe your name is being carried by heaven's wind. This season is not just about favor. It's about fulfillment. God is not merely giving you moments of encouragement. He's giving you access to places that have been prepared specifically for your voice, your hands, your heart. Places where your presence will carry peace. Places where your story will unlock healing. Places where your words will carry weight because they come from the deep place of surrender. You are not being elevated for status. You are being sent for service. And you are not going empty-handed. God is equipping you. He is clothing you in righteousness. He is surrounding you with wisdom. He is putting the right words in your mouth, the right people in your path, the right timing in every step. The doors that are opening now are not ones you had to force.